I just got home from seeing the new Borderlands movie. Should you go see it? Probably not, but let's talk about it anyway. Welcome back, Kernels. I just got home from seeing the new Borderlands movie based off of the game. Real quick before I kind of dive into this review, you guys should know I haven't really played many of the Borderlands games, so kind of take this as a perspective from someone that hasn't really played the games. I do know what they're about a little bit, but you know, I know I'm gonna get someone that tells, well, you haven't played the game, so yes, well, okay, that's great. But real quick, before we get started, if you are new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss any other reviews like this one. And let's dive into this review. So the movie takes place on this planet. Well, it takes place in space, but mostly on this planet called Pandora, which, if you're relating it to the Avatar movies, this movie really sucks then, because those movies are fantastic, and this movie didn't do itself any favors by calling its main planet Pandora. You have these group of characters, the first one played by Cate Blanchett, who decides that, you know, she is going to take up this guy on his offer because she's a bounty hunter, and help find his daughter, which we later learn isn't even his daughter, it's just this girl that he manufactured in a lab. You know, pretty much taking any of the emotional weight out of things. But as the story kind of develops, we learn that that's not the way this is gonna go, because the girl won't even go with Cate Blanchett. And you'll hear me refer to all of the actual actors or actresses' names in this movie, because the characters are so forgettable, I couldn't even tell you a single one besides the robot that is played by Jack Black called Claptrap. From the kind of, after the first act of the movie happens, they kind of go with this plot of trying to find this secret vault that can only be opened with like 3 keys. It's a pretty cliche kind of plot line, trying to find this. It's like a buried treasure kind of story, right? And they meet different people. They meet, you know, I don't know what they're called, but they call them psychos in the movies. So that's what I'm gonna call them. The psycho that joins our group of misfits has absolutely no personality besides the fact that he's very strong. He has a face mask on, like this giant mask thing, but he never speaks like any dialogue. He never does like anything out of the ordinary. He's just kind of there to, I think, like show the people that this is a Borderlands movie and not some weird concept that they made up. Because he's like the face of the Borderlands games, as I'm pretty sure that he is. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing here. I think the worst thing that this movie did was, I mean, you have a great cast here. Kevin Hart, Cate Blanchett, Jack Black. There's a lot of really good actors and actresses here, and they just waste them because the script, like, instead of like showing you how things happen, they straight up just monologue the whole thing. The whole thing is just Cate Blanchett's character like telling you what you should feel and like why something is important, instead of just letting the story like explain itself. But the worst thing that the movie does is that it allows no time to even comprehend anything. I think in the first 20 minutes of the movie, you are introduced to the main premise of that there's a vault from these old people that used to live in the galaxy. You are introduced to Cate Blanchett's character, and the only thing I could probably tell you about her is that she's a bounty hunter. She's a bounty hunter, and she just has the I don't care attitude. I know there's nothing else they tell you about her at all. That's the most in-depth character in the movie. They don't even attempt to try and understand any of the characters in this movie. The one maybe positive thing I have to say about this movie is that the action is all right, but it's hard to notice because they use this Cate Blanchett's character, she has like this revolving pistol. They showed it a lot in the trailers, right? And it's a cool gun. Like, it definitely, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then they use it like 50 more times, and they don't try to, you know, use any of the other characters like really cool guns, or like, I think the most thing that they did is the little girl had this rabbit and she would like throw it and it was a bomb. But again, they did that like 5 times. Like, there was no originality after like the first, like, It's almost like they made the trailer for this movie, or like they played the game and they're like, okay, we can only have one thing that character can do. And then they made it the entire character's personality. I don't know. The one final thing I will say, I kind of thought about this on my way home, was if you've ever seen those like older Call of Duty commercials, like the live action ones where they cast like real actors in them, and it's like it's not good, it's for a commercial, right? It's always for like a Super Bowl commercial. This movie is exactly how those felt. It's exactly what the movie felt like. It felt like a 10-minute performance, or like a 5 to 10 second performance trying to span over a 2-hour movie. It doesn't make any sense, and please give this series another chance. To give this movie to someone else, let them make it, because the final thing I'll say about the movie is, you kind of heard me mention it earlier, my favorite character in the movie was Claptrap, which is voiced by Jack Black. He can get annoying at times, but throughout the movie he's pretty entertaining to watch. And I think that's really sad that none of the human character, Jack Black himself is not even in the movie. It's just his voice that's voicing this like robot thing. That is the most entertaining character in the movie. And matter of fact, it's the character that has the most backstory. Let me know what you guys all thought about Borderlands the movie, and if you're planning on to go see it this weekend. I was unfortunate to I had to see the movie for myself. I heard people were saying it was really bad, and when I hear stuff like that, I typically go into these movies like with an open mind, and I did this one too because I wanted it to be good, and it just fails miserably. So I'll probably have to update if you guys follow me on Letterboxd, which I always have in my description, I'll probably be updating my 2024 movies ranked list soon, and you can expect this to fall very close to the bottom of the list. So thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for more Umbrella Academy coming in the coming days. Till then, guys, peace.